Ma'am, come up here. Don't walk away.
Wait, hold on.
No, no walking. Come over here. Okay? Walk upstairs, all right? Let's get out this water area.
I don't wanna. I'm scared.
You're scared? All right, let's walk up here. Let's get off this water, okay? Don't run. Slowly walk.
That intense body cam footage reveals the terrifying moment Florida deputies chased down and arrested a 21-year-old woman who had just stabbed one of their own in the neck. The shocking attack, along with the chaotic events that unfolded before, it was all caught on camera. What started as a routine traffic investigation soon spiraled into a life-or-death situation for a young deputy.
She stabbed him.
She stabbed him?
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. You know where you're at? Hello? Do you know where you're at?
Hey, can you hear us?
I know you know more than what you're telling us. I can see it in you. Every time you get to a point, you start breathing heavy.
The ordeal began around 11 p.m. on March 23, 2022, when St. Lucie County Sheriff's deputies responded to a violent car crash in Jensen Beach, Florida. The accident occurred along Indian River Drive, a scenic roadway hugging the western bank of the Indian River Lagoon. That night, 21-year-old Leah Michelle had been driving recklessly, weaving dangerously between vehicles at high speed. Her wild driving soon ended in disaster. Witnesses reported that Leah lost control of her Honda Civic, which slammed into an oak tree and flipped multiple times. The impact was so powerful that the deafening crash startled nearby residents, who stepped outside to investigate the source of the noise. Leah somehow managed to crawl out of her mangled car through a window. Dazed and distressed, she quickly fled the scene on foot. Witnesses who dialed 911 informed operators that they'd seen her running away. Police officers soon arrived to investigate the scene.
I guess he ran off.
Only car involved?
Yeah.
Single vehicle? All
Yeah,
right.
ran.
Where's the driver at? Is he inside?
Ran off.
Oh, he took off?
A girl. They said it was a girl.
Okay, younger girl? All right.
They said she went that way.
Who? Okay. I didn't see nobody walking either. Anybody see the girl take off?
Yeah.
All right. What was she wearing?
So she climbed out of the car. She was really disoriented, you know. She's like, I need to find my phone. And then I was like, you need to sit down. But she had a cut on her hand. But she was like, I gotta find my purse. And then she wouldn't be like restrained, and she just ran that way.
Yeah, okay. So what'd you see? Where were you at?
So we were in this car, and they're in that car, and we were coming this way.
Yeah, we're heading
35 miles an hour.
Okay.
And she passed them.
Us first.
So she was heading.
She was headed this way.
She was headed southbound.
She passed us on the right, coming through the woods, and like then came in, and the car flipped about 2 or 3 times.
So you seen her lose control?
Oh yeah.
Did she strike anything?
She almost hit us. You know?
Yeah, she went into the right. So she went into the bushes over there.
Yeah.
Okay. And you try to get her to stop, and
I did. Yeah, I was trying to get her to sit down, and I was like, you gotta sit down. She's like, I gotta find my phone. I need to get my keys.
As Deputy Guerrero gathered information from bystanders, 2 other officers began tracking Leah. Deputy John Leckenbush followed a trail of bare footprints down to the water's edge. Meanwhile, Deputy Cody Colangelo drove about a mile north, intending to meet Leckenbush halfway and trap the suspect between them.
How you doing? Sheriff's office. How we doing?
Fine.
Did you guys see a girl come down here?
We did. Thin, tall, dark hair, walking to the north.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, well, I got somebody in the car heading that way.
Okay.
So if she doubles back, then not yet. Maybe. It's low tide. I think it'll be all right.
What seemed like a standard response to a traffic accident took a horrifying turn when Deputy Colangelo finally encountered Leah on the beach. Approaching her calmly, he attempted to de-escalate the situation, but what happened next caught him off guard. Without warning, Leah pulled out a black butterfly knife and plunged it into his neck.
Go ahead. Day 23. Hello. What's going on? Man, stop real quick. Possibly 1012, the signal free driver. What's going on?
I don't know.
You don't know? Alright. You're just hit. Were you just in a crash? Ma'am, come up here. Don't walk away. No, no walking. Come over here. Okay? Walk upstairs, alright? Let's get out this water area.
I don't wanna. I'm scared.
You're scared? Alright, let's walk up here. Let's get off this water, okay? Don't run. Slowly walk. SO, give me traffic! SO, I'm just stabbed! SO, give me traffic, I'm bleeding! Show me hands! She's right here in the woods somewhere, can we rescue? Spring kill.
Wounded but still conscious, Deputy Colangelo fired a single shot at Leah, but the bullet missed. Fighting to stay upright, he applied pressure to his bleeding neck while waiting for backup to arrive. As Colangelo's frantic call for help went out over the radio, Deputy Leckenbush broke into a sprint, racing toward the scene.
Push it.
I'm out of here! It's a knife, right? Yeah.
Down by the water. 12479 across the street.
12479 by the water.
We have her.
We don't have her.
We don't have her. She's in the water. Coming back to. You better come out here and stay on the fuck on the ground.
Get over here.
Yeah, we're trying to get her to come back on the water.
Get over here.
Get over here! Walk to the sound of my voice. You better not have that knife or I'll fucking shoot you right now. Keep going. Keep coming. I got her. Yeah. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I got it.
After officers pulled Leah Day from the water, she initially cooperated, but moments later, she lay down on the ground and refused to move.
Oh, she's awake now. Now she's awake.
What's that?
Now she's awake.
Yeah. So you do it. I'll pass away. Somebody get her legs and the two of us grab her. Yep. Walk her right up.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Come down real quick. Need your help. I don't think she's going to be a patient, though. They just need help getting her up. Did one of you guys get stabbed?
Yes, not us. I think you guys are already out with them. Okay. Yeah, I didn't want to do this.
Oh, no, absolutely. 200 down harder, right?
12 fish. Yes.
How is that?
I'm gonna guess.
Put on the valve.
Gross. I think she stabbed him.
She stabbed him?
Yeah. Took the stab.
There's a hole big at the end of this stick. This stairway right here?
Yeah.
Crime scene, blood everywhere.
Meanwhile, Deputy Colangelo was rushed to HCA Lawnwood Hospital, where surgeons worked urgently to save him. Leah's knife had grazed his carotid artery, a major blood vessel that carries oxygen to the brain, 1 inch deeper, and the outcome could have been far worse. Vascular surgeon Dr. Christopher Bennett took a vein from Colangelo's leg and used it as a patch, carefully stitching it over the wound created by the knife. Dr. Bennett later stated that if the blade had entered Colangelo's neck at a slightly different angle, he likely wouldn't have survived the trip to the hospital. The doctor emphasized that Colangelo's quick thinking and applying pressure to his wound was critical. It gave him the precious time he needed to reach medical help alive. As doctors worked to repair the damage to Colangelo's neck, Deputy Guerrero stood outside the hospital with a detective, recounting the night's horrifying events. The attack was deeply personal for Guerrero. He was close friends with Colangelo and had remained by his side in the ambulance, offering comfort and reassurance that he'd pull through.
Immediately get to my patrol vehicle, go northbound, at which point I would say Cody was approximately a mile and a half north of us, north of me.
Good.
While en route, I observed Leckenbush running towards the scene in the direction of Cody, Deputy Colangelo. I stopped. He got into I told him to get in. He got into the back of my patrol, the rear to my patrol vehicle, and we took off. To Deputy Colangelo. I then observed Deputy Colangelo standing up, and there was blood all over his chest coming from his neck area. He was holding pressure with, I believe, 2 hands. What he told me is I went to go make contact with her, and she turned around and stabbed me. He pointed in the direction, which was on the east direction. He's like, she's in the woods.
Good.
At this point, me and Leckenbush, Deputy Leckenbush, drew our service weapon and started calling commands out and tell her to come out with her hands up.
Doctors evaluated her for crash-related injuries and signs of drug or alcohol impairment.
I'm still trying to figure out why it happened. What made you panic to... Only you can answer the panic. You were there. You know, it was obviously something made you panic. And that's what we're trying to figure out. You know, you don't seem like a bad person, you know, go around and doing stuff, so something made you panic. And that's what we're trying to figure out. Do you remember doing anything?
What?
Do you remember doing anything, your actions?
Just wanted to get away.
Okay. So then what happened when you wanted to get away? Like, did he grab you? Did he touch you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You keep saying, whenever I ask you why all this happened, you keep saying you don't know. That you don't know why, you don't know why. Are you saying you don't know why you would stab somebody, or you don't know what?
Oh, I definitely don't know why I would stab somebody.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to figure out, like, what made you panic? I know you remember something. You're breathing heavy.
Insurance. I don't have any.
You don't have no insurance?
Yeah, that's why I panicked.
Okay. So having no insurance, that's what made you run from the vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever been in jail before?
No.
No? Okay. So, tonight, were you scared to go to jail because of the car accident?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you leave the scene of the accident because you don't have insurance and you're scared that you're going to end up going to jail. You obviously remember enough. Okay? I know that, you know that. Okay? What we need now is to clear all of this up and make sense of everything. Okay? Would you agree? Because right now it's not making sense because you remember specific things and then you don't remember. So
The interaction.
help us understand.
Just tell me what happened. You're going to feel a lot better. Once you start talking, believe me, you're going to feel better. I know you know more than what you're telling us. I can see it in you. Every time you get to a point, you start breathing heavy. Huh?
What am I supposed to say?
What you're supposed to say is, I just want you to tell me what happened with the interaction with the guy with the light on the beach.
He came at me and I was trying to get away.
Okay.
So what did you do to try to get away?
Obviously.
Okay. And then after you stabbed him, what'd you do?
I ran.
Okay.
Once released, she was questioned by detectives, but her interview offered little insight. Leah's responses were short, vague, and often non-existent. Detectives pressed her for answers, but she remained largely uncooperative throughout the nearly hour-long session. Deputy Colangelo, too, faced questions. A week after the incident, he was interviewed as part of a criminal use of force investigation. Detectives weren't concerned about excessive force this time. Instead, they wanted to know why Colangelo only fired once at Leah.
How many shots did you fire?
1 round.
1 round.
After you fired the 1 round, did you think about firing another round, or why did you not fire another round?
At that point, because she started getting up the stairs, and I felt like if I was to continue shooting, I could put somebody else at it. I didn't have a good enough angle and shot. I feel like I didn't have a good enough, trying to explain it, to be able to get another round safely off towards her without putting a risk of anybody else.
Anybody else meaning your background?
Background, yes. Cars were still traveling up and down Annie River Drive during those hours.
They also asked if he believed he'd taken enough safety precautions before approaching her.
Are you alarmed? Or let me ask you, did you ever ask to see her hands?
No.
Okay.
In watching the video, initially she's down on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where her hands were?
When I first saw her, I observed it looked like a black wallet in her hand.
Okay.
When I first walked up on the dock, because she wasn't hiding her hands when she was just walking around when I first saw her, so I didn't see any type of weapon.
Okay. When she was down at the bottom of the deck, where were her hands at that time?
Behind her back.
Okay. When she walked past you and you were following her up, where did her hands go?
She started towards the front.
Okay. But could you actually see the palms of her hands?
No.
Okay.
At that point, did anything cause any alarm in you? And the fact of she was standing like this in the video, and then when she passed you, she kind of moved them around. Did it cause any alarm or concern?
At the time, no, because she appeared to be under the influence of something. I assumed that she was just having. Normally, when you deal with someone on narcotics, at least in my experience, they have weird fidgetings with their body, and that's what I was assuming what's going on.
At the same time, detectives scoured the neighborhood surrounding the crash site, gathering information from residents who had witnessed the incident. One key witness was a man named Dean, who had seen Leah running down the beach while sitting on his dock that night.
Went down onto the beach, and we were sitting down here on our dock. So she walked up right at our feet, basically.
Okay.
And we didn't talk to her because she was just sort of staggering a little bit, and she stopped at the end of the dock and sort of did a 360 and then kept going.
Okay.
Deputy Colangelo then came down and said, "Did you see anybody come by here?" And we said, "Yes, there was a young woman. She just walked by, and she had been the only one there, so you can find her footprints there. They're the only ones.
Okay.
They'll take you right to her."
Okay.
And so he followed her down there, and I offered to hold his shoes for him, but he said no.
To this day, Leah's motive remains unclear. Prosecutors found no evidence of past violent behavior. Her criminal record only showed a petty theft charge in 2019 and a 2021 ticket for driving without insurance, which had resulted in her license being suspended. Incredibly, Leah later claimed that her fear of facing legal trouble over her suspended license was the reason she stabbed Colangelo. Ironically, had she stayed at the scene and accepted responsibility, her punishment would have been far less severe. Instead, Leah Michelle Day was convicted in April 2024 of attempted first-degree premeditated murder. At just 23 years old, she was sentenced to life in prison. If you found this case chilling, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for more true crime stories.